Welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. Indian education sector is the next sweet spot for the largest cyber attacks. More than 1.5 billion children and young people have been affected by school closures worldwide. Many of these students are now taking classes as well as socializing more online. Spending more time on virtual platforms can leave children vulnerable to online sexual exploitation and grooming as predators look to exploit the COVID-19 pandemic. Similarly, Indian educational institutions and online platforms have now become a major target for cyber threats, according to a report compiled by the Threat Research and Information Analytics Division of CloudSEK, a Singapore-based AI-driven digital risk management enterprise. Based on the report, out of total targeted threats, 58% were aimed at India or India-based institutions, followed by the USA, UK, Indonesia and Brazil. In India, major attacks were seen on BYJU's IIM Kozhikode as well as Tamil Nadu's Directorate of Technical Education. This rise in cyber attacks on educational institutions is partly due to the massive spike in remote learning caused due to the novel coronavirus pandemic, where more novice internet users are lured to get trapped. The report states cybercriminals that are breaching these institutions are actively also leaking databases, accesses, vulnerabilities and exploits among other confidential information belonging to the institutions on the dark web. The report further elaborates, with the given size and impact of the education sector, it is critical for institutions, students, parents, teachers and the government to ensure that information gathered and stored is not leaked and exploited by cybercriminals. Virtual education witnessed a big jump in terms of adoption and growth. EdTech players and e-learning platforms, in collaboration with premier institutes and top companies, introduced different online programs to target both students and professionals. Experts say the next bubble burst will be the online education business. Researchers call for educational institutions to improve their cybersecurity as well as ask them to conduct awareness among the staff and students to be prepared to ward off cyber threats. They also ask institutions to block illegitimate IP addresses as well as deactivate port forwarding using network firewalls. Secondly, the education platforms should perform real-time monitoring of the internet to identify and mitigate low-hanging threats such as misconfigured apps, exposed data and leaked access to address looming cyber threats. The report also says that the adoption of remote learning during the COVID-19 pandemic, digitization of education and prevalence of online learning platforms are key triggers that enlarge the attack surface. At the same time, the investors felt that India plays a significant role in online education. The market has grown by 4 times since 2019 to $3 billion, with around 40 million students entering the higher education ecosystem each year. Out of the organized workforce in India, around 40% employees need to be reskilled through professional certifications. With over 5,000 edtech startups across the learning lifecycle, the stage is set for online education to be India's next digital export to the world. Let's look into today's headlines in VARINDIA. CERT-In warns Chrome users of high-level threat. The cybercrime agency CERT-In has highlighted some major vulnerabilities in the Google Chrome browser for desktops, giving it a high severity rating. The agency has highlighted the versions that are impacted by the multiple flaws. These flaws can be exploited in order to allow a remote attacker to execute arbitrary code and in the process also obtain sensitive information. The hacker will be able to bypass security restrictions and cause buffer overflow on the targeted system. CERT-In suggested users to upgrade their Google Chrome version to 101.0.4951.41. PowerGrid to acquire IL&FS Energy Development Ltd stake in CPTCL. State-owned PowerGrid Corporation will purchase IL&FS Energy Development Company Limited's equity shareholding in Cross-Border Power Transmission Company Limited. The company's board has cleared the proposal for purchase of 77,30,225 equities of IEDCL in CPTCL. Currently, PowerGrid owns 26% stake in CPTCL, while 38% shareholding is with IEDCL. MIT develops paper-thin loudspeaker. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology's engineers have developed a paper-thin loudspeaker that can turn any surface into an active audio source. The device weighs just 2 grams and is the size of a human hand. This thin film loudspeaker produces sound with minimal distortion while using a fraction of the energy required by the traditional loudspeaker. The loudspeaker can generate high-quality sound no matter what surface the film is bonded to. More than half of Elon Musk's Twitter followers are fake, cites a report. A report by Time magazine states that, according to Twitter auditing tool SparkToro, roughly 48% of Musk's 87.9 million followers are fake. These are the accounts that are unreachable and will not see the account's tweets because they are spam, bots, propaganda, etc., or because they are no longer active on Twitter. Musk has said that he will resolve the problem by authenticating all real humans on the platform. Musk currently has nearly 90 million followers on Twitter. CDOT collaborates with C-DAC to boost indigenous technology in telecom and ICT. The Center for Development of Telematics, the premier research and development institution, and the Center for Development of Advanced Computing have signed a memorandum of understanding for cooperation in the areas of telecom and information and communication technology. Both CDOT and C-DAC have agreed to collaborate and work jointly in the identification and development of activities in the areas of 4G or 5G, broadband, IoT M2M, packet core and computing. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.